Hello everyone, this is Gwydion, and today's video I'm going to be playing Rogue Dungeon on Steam. Now, Rogue Dungeon is a game I found following some of my favorite solo RPG YouTubers, including Geek Gamers and also the Dungeon Dive, as well as C4. He's been playing a lot of solo RPGs, and I've been really enjoying watching him. But I found out that the physical copy of the game, which has now a first and a second edition, is no longer available in print. I think they're going to make another version, at least that's what I've read. But for now, I actually really enjoy the Steam game, and I don't think it gets a lot of attention. There's a couple folks out there that have done some videos, and this video isn't going to be about like optimizing and how do you best play and like creating the best character. So if that's what you're here for, this will not be that video. But if you're interested in just kind of understanding how to set up, what it looks like, and some of the art and those types of things, hopefully this will help. And I'm going to start in the campaign mode. So fair warning, there will be some spoilers here, but I'll probably just play for a short bit and just to give you an idea of how this plays. So let's get into the campaign mode. I have a bunch already. I've been trying to do a few. Actually, I'm going to delete. And let's delete this one, and we'll start a new campaign. And hopefully I've been having some issues with my capturing tonight, so hopefully this will actually end up showing up good for you. Let me read this. The courtyard in front of the keep is mostly deserted, with few people daring to venture out of their homes. The air is thick with an eerie silence. Now, maybe I won't be able to do that quick enough, so we'll just read this and I'll let you look at that because I'm not reading it quick enough. Demigod Sizithal seduced and corrupted the former king. Making sure my screen is capturing what it should. So, all right. So this is your launch screen. You do have obviously your menu items up here. Save games. You can go to settings, change your settings, all standard stuff. But I'm going to go in and let's see. I think I go to the castle first. So yes, so 100 gold. First thing you're going to need to do is unlock a hero. There's other things you can do once you get further into the game, but for now we're going to unlock a hero. And I like playing with a ranger, so I have played a few of these. It doesn't really tell you, I don't know if you can you can't right click these. So unfortunately, once you select them, you've selected them. So maybe looking at the game itself, maybe you can find out what these are. Like I know she's a sorcerer, I think he's a crusader. You can kind of tell by looking at him, but I'm going to take the ranger. All right. Then we're going to hit this up arrow. We're going to go back. We've got our ranger. And then I think this is either marketplace or the tavern. Yeah, that's the tavern. So one thing I noticed, I'm going to click out of here for a second and I will show you, but that means that this is actually the marketplace. So this is where you want to buff up your hero before you start, if you can. And I don't think it tells me, actually, I guess I will have to select the player. So let's go do that. So now we have to select him. Over time, as you get more characters, you'll see them populate here and you'll have the ability to select them. So now you can see he's selected. So now we can go to the marketplace and now it shows you start with 100 gold. He starts with a bow, and if I right click on this, then you can see a little bit more about it. These symbols, there's a lot of symbols in this game. This one happens to mean agility, which is one of your primary stats. And this, you're going to use this bow mostly to attack, but you can also spend a luck to inflict damage. So let's leave that here. And I'm going to select what has worked well for me, and I'll explain it a little bit. But let's start with, I'm going to select a gold cup. There's a lot of opportunities to trade cards during the game. And I like having something like this because sometimes you'll have to trade 2 cards to get one. So I like to have that just so if there's something I really want, I can just trade this. I'm going to get the throwing blades because this has an agility symbol. And I know the more cards I get, the higher my damage value will be. And I'll try to explain that if I remember. Let's see. There are some things, some of these items here actually can be used to your significant benefit. So I know there's a couple things I like to get. I like to get a hunk of cheese, a rope. I don't do a lot of armor, but maybe I should. I'm going to get a pickaxe. That comes in handy. So I've got 50 left. Might get, what else? Camping gear is really important because when you leave a level, and typically there's anywhere from 3 to 5 levels in the campaign mode, but typically when you're between levels, you can rest and you can gain health. So I at least like to have one. Maybe I should have 2, but I will take one of those. Actually, I'm gonna mix it up. I mean, maybe this is a mistake. I'm gonna leave one camping gear. I'm gonna take a torch, and then maybe I have 15 left. I'm going to take, so discard to pass any skill check. That could really come in handy. Now I'm gonna go ahead and take some gauntlets and a helm. It might not be the best, but we've got our heroes, so we're good. Now the only thing highlighted that I can go to is this sewer grate. So I'll read this out. A twisted labyrinth of canals and tunnels that run beneath the castle have become a hive for petty criminals and all manner of wretched creatures. The sewers are an ideal training ground for inexperienced heroes before taking on some of Zesthal's more dangerous minions. Recently, an enormous formless creature has taken up residence in the sewers, pulling men from the streets with amorphous appendages into the gutters to devour them. This quick quest, this tells you it only has 3 dungeon levels. You'll see 3 skulls here, so you can play on either easy, medium, or hard. I think in the 2nd edition, I've been reading the way that they scale up or down the dungeon now is typically you roll a d10 for a lot of, I think all of your checks. But when you do that on easy level, you'll be able to roll 3. So it's like super advantage. And if you play on medium, I think you get to roll 2. And so basically you're rolling with advantage. And finally, if you play on hard mode, you're only rolling 1 die. I'm going to try on hard. So in this case, I don't know if it tells you right here, but it will scale the monsters up and down for you. So I'll leave it on hard and just know that I'll try to point that out when we have a battle, but you would see it lower if the monster's lower if you actually played this on medium or easy. All right, let's jump into this. All right. So just to run through the screen quickly up top, this is your dungeon level. So if you're playing just a game play, like a new play, but not doing a campaign mode, then typically you'll have 5 dungeons and you'll find the boss at the end of the 5th. In this case, we know it's only going to be 3. Here's my hero, and all of these colored gems, when you're playing the physical game, I think you stack the cards out, you put those gem colors on top of the cards, but they each mean something different. I apologize, I don't remember them all, but red is typically combat. Blue, we'll go into them and we'll find out what they mean. And these are typically some type of test. It was kind of interesting because I don't necessarily have to go here. I can come down here and avoid that. So, but you do get experience if you pass certain checks. So hold that thought. Here's my hero. On the left side here, didn't mean to do that. Sometimes it just pops up. But on the right side here, these are basically your powers that you get for your character, your specific character. So one of mine is speak with animals. So I can discard this to automatically defeat a wolf, a cave bear, a dire wolf, rats, a giant cobra, or a giant spider. So that's cool. This one, double shot. So once I get my primary attribute above a 5, which is agility, then I get to discard this to do double damage. This is super helpful for your bosses. I would encourage you to wait. This, I haven't really gotten to this yet, but if you get your agility to a 7+, you discard to prevent all monster specials. So they have certain special abilities sometimes, especially as you get higher in the, or lower or higher in the dungeon, depending on how you think about it. But I think starting on level 3, they can get a special, which basically means if you roll a die in combat and it's on a certain number, then it activates their attack or their special ability. So these are your primary abilities here. You've got agility, you've got, I think it's knowledge, and then you have strength. So right now I have a 3 in agility, a 2 in knowledge, and a 2 in strength. Those will be a little bit different if you pick a different hero. These are your experience points cost to level up. And those do go up, as you might imagine, as you increase things like your agility. You can already see for me to level up to a 4 there, it's going to cost me 3. Whereas for these 2 attributes, it only costs me 2 to level up. This is my vitality. I hope I'm saying that right. I think that's right. And so you have a 5 vitality. Your overall health is 5. 5 experience points to level up your vitality. My attack is a 3, and it's based on my agility. My damage is 2. Now your damage is the lesser of your primary attribute, which for me is a 3, and the number, I hope I'm saying this right, I think that's right, the number of weapons you have that have your primary ability trait. So if I get one more weapon that has the agility trait, my damage should go to 3. These are luck tokens, and it's not telling me, let's see if I click on it. Yeah, luck tokens, let me try that again. Basically you can double click or drag XP there to level them up, but luck will allow you to bump a die roll up 1, down 1, or re-roll, but those are very precious. I wouldn't use them much. And here are all my cards down here. These are treasure. These are your weapons. I'm trying to remember, these are scrolls, I think. These are just standard gear. This is your armor, any potions you come up, and also companions. So let's jump into this. For now, let's go ahead and do the, well, I'm going to jump down here first because I want to see what I can get down here. All right, trap dwarf. So blue maybe means some kind of event or activity. I don't remember. Your cards are over here too, which I think you can preview. If I click on these, it shows you, I think, all of the cards in the deck. I don't think it necessarily shows you, obviously, the order, but shows you all the cards. And then this shows you all of the monsters that you could be facing, as I understand it, and probably the number of cards. So, like, you're more likely to face a green slime, given how many there are. But if you right-click on these, it does tell you a bit about what they are. So now this one must be maybe more of a boss. So this shows you his health is 3, his attack value is 6, his damage is a 1, and his XP that you get for beating him is a 1. You can see some of them, like this green slime. So I'll just leave it there for now. He has a health of 7, attack value of 10, damage of 2. He does have a special ability. So if I roll a 6, then his ensnare ability automatically occurs, which is kind of cool. All right, let's go back. So I do want to free this dwarf. And if you click on this or right click on it, what this will do is by having him in my party, it'll give me a minimum strength of 5 for all my skill checks. So that's pretty darn cool, especially given my agility is my primary. So that would bump up one of my secondary skills to I guess attributes to a 5 minimum. So I'm going to get rid of the pickaxe because I know a hunk of cheese, I can charm rats. And this one, yeah, I'd rather do this. If I double click on this, or I think I can just drag it up. but I'll double click on it. And so you see it popped him down here. And it says you have a minimum strength of 5. It doesn't update this here, but if I do have a strength check, it will base it off of a 5. All right, I'm going to go back up here because I kind of want to take as much experience as I can. So let's just try this, even though it could be a problem. And you can see how this is flashing, and this tells me that this is an agility check. Now, in this case, what you do, and maybe I'm gonna think twice about whether or not I should have done this, but what I'll do is I'll roll a d10, and I need to get a 3 or lower. I need to get my ability score or lower in order to pass this check. So on a d10, that's gonna be a little challenging. If I fail, I only take damage equal to the dungeon level, which is 1. So let's try that, and I say okay. And it rolled. Oh, wow. You can see over here. Sorry that it pops that up sometimes. So let's look at this. So that's a 1. It's glowing green, which I think automatically means that you've passed. A 1 is always a pass. A 10 is always a failure. If I click on this, it tells me what I need, right? And just as I said, you need your agility score less than or equal to in order to pass. So in this case, I did pass. It tells me I passed, but you can also get a clue by the color of the die. And since this is green, it means I passed. So if I did not pass, and let's say I had a 4 and I knew that I needed a 3 to pass, I can click this down, a minus sign once. It will take a luck token and it'll move this die down to a 3, and then I would pass. Same thing for a plus. This would be a reroll. I'm just going to accept since I passed. So you see, I got 2 experience points from that. And early on in the game, whether or not this is the right approach, I like to try to level up pretty quickly, but I want to wait because I'd rather level up my attack, because this is going to be important when I get to a monster and I see that I have a room up here that's a monster. So let's see what I do in this next check. So this one is gray ooze. A sticky gray ooze covers the sewer floor. Seems to be dissolving several recent victims. Make a strength check. You fail, you take damage equal to the dungeon level. It's pretty common. And if I pass, I gain 2. So remember, now I need a 5 in order to pass this roll. So I said, okay. So see how it's flashing red? That's an automatic failure. Now I could re-roll, but man, luck is really important. So much as I want that 2 XP, I think I'm just going to accept it, take 1 damage, and move on. So it's flashing 1 because I could use my cards, like I could use my gauntlets, double click that, and I could not take that damage. But for now, I'm just going to click on it, and you can see it automatically took it off of my health. So let's move up to our next encounter. So Goblin's Lair. The inhabitants of this abode offer a reward for finding their lost relic. Any hero discards an amulet of protection, which I don't have, then draw 1 loot card from the deck, take a silver coffer from the specialty deck, and all heroes gain plus 2 XP. You choose to fight, draw 2 monster cards or 2 monsters, and resolve this combat. Discard this room if an amulet of protection is discarded or the inhabitants killed. So I'm going to fight. All right, so it draws them automatically. So here are my 2 goblins, and this, if I click on it, I automatically attacked him. I didn't intend to do that. I was trying to show you, but it automatically attacked. So what this is showing, now I'm going to click on this die, left click. So what it's saying is, was my combat roll greater than a 6? And why would it be a 6? Because my primary ability that I'm attacking with my bow is 3, and his monster attack value is 9. So I need to be greater than a 9 in total with my roll in order to hit him and do damage. So this is flashing. You can see how it's the color up here. So I did get an 8 on the die, plus my 3 is 11. So I'm going to hit him and I'm going to do my damage, which is 2. If I swung, And if I got a total of a 9, so if I rolled a 6, right on a 6, plus my 3, that'd be a 9, we would do damage to each other. So since his damage value is 1, he would do 1 to me. And since my damage value is 2, I would do 2 to him. And those happen simultaneously. It's not like you can hit him and kill him before he can hit you. So in this case, we're all good. I'm going to click this. And because he only had 1 health, he's automatically dead. I get a potion of strength. Let's look at this. Because even though I'm in the middle of a combat, I might want to use this. So this says if your strength is less than 7, which it is, even though I have the 5 from the dwarf, you may discard to gain +1 strength, and your strength is at least 7 for the current room. So I think I might wait just a bit so that I discard it, and then whatever room I'm in, it doesn't say level, but maybe I'll try to wait and see if I can do that right before I check. Not sure if it'll let me, but we'll do that for now. So in this, I think, is the loot, but you can see that this turns into a sword icon, which means I'm going to attack him. I'm just going to straight up attack him. It rolls a 3, so you can see now the outline is this purplish. And if I click on this, was the combat roll greater than a 5? And again, I need to be greater than a 5 because I have a 3 and his combat value is 8. If you'll notice, I think it was 9 initially, and that's because when you have multiple enemies, they get a bonus in their attack value for each additional enemy. And that kind of signifies, since you're not rolling an attack for each of the monsters, you're rolling your attack and comparing your attack against their attack value. So that really just helps indicate that, hey, they're going to be a little bit stronger when they're in a pack. So in this case, again, I don't want to use my luck too early. Don't think I really even want to use my HP. So I'm just going to say, you know what? He hit me. Take the hit. So this is now down to 3. So let's see if we can hit him this time. 6. Again, this is glowing. So I know that's a hit, but I can look at this and say, yep, greater than a 5. So I'm all good. And once I click on this, it'll kill him. And we get our card, Potion of Vitality. Let's look at that. So in this case, it should have, let's see, I think, I don't want to discard it. Well, yeah, I do, because I want to gain +1 vitality and +1 health. So this will increase my full health. Vitality is basically your maximum health is how I look at it. I think that's how they explain it. So let's double click on this. So my vitality went up 1 and my health went up 1. That's great. I'm still going to hold on to the strength for now. And you can see that some of these icons stay on the map, and that those are called basically persistent rooms, or persistent encounters. So if I move down here again, it's going to force me to do another encounter. Now, let's see if before I do this check, I know I want to move up my strength, and if I can get my strength to a 7, that would be great. So let's double click on this. So it looks like it let me do that. So I'm going to click OK, and it should allow me to roll less than or equal to a 7 to pass. So I got a 4, but let's click on this. Yes, less than or equal to 7, because again, in the room I'm in, because I discarded that card, I get a 7 just for the room I'm in. So that's awesome. And we will say, and it should get 2 XP. That's one thing I probably haven't been too smart about. You can see I already have 6. So use that XP, at least in my mind, early on. I'm going to increase my agility so my attack score goes up. Click on, got to click on the actual XP icon there. So now I need a 5 to move it up 1 more level. So I think I'm going to move this up 1. And why would I do that? Because once I get another, sorry, I misspoke previously. Your damage value is equal to the lowest of your lowest attribute here, which right now for me is a 2, or the number of cards you have with your primary ability. So I'm going to level up my knowledge, because by doing this, now if I can get 1 more card with an agility, then my damage value will go up to a 3. All right. So let us move over to this. So this is a green gem. So I think this is typically green signifying good, positive. So you normally just find something in here. And I don't think you typically have to like waste a card or anything. So you catch a glimpse of a broken barrel partially submerged in toxic sludge filled with loot. All heroes draw 2 loot cards. Awesome. So click OK and it draws them automatically. So let's look at these. Lockpick. That can come in handy in several reasons. 1, you might find a locked door. 2, there's a certain encounter that we might find potentially that will allow us to free someone. So let's see what happens there. And then a breastplate. So this one, again, if I get hit, I can discard this to reduce by 3 damage. All right, which way do I want to go? This over here, you can kind of see in red next to this monster counter is the exit. I'm trying to look if there's any like special way I want to go. And either way, I'll probably have to go through this twice. So I think I'm going to go down. Let's see. Yeah, let's see if I can level up maybe a bit more and see what happens here. To make an intellect check. So I need a 3. So let's see what happens here. And if I fail, it's dungeon level damage. So not the end of the world. So that's a 4. So I needed less than or equal to a 3. You know what? It might not be the smartest, but I'll show you just to show you how this works. I'm going to click on this, move the die down 1. It's going to reduce one of my luck tokens, but then I will pass this check. See how that changed to green? Now this is a 2. If I click on this, I got my experience points and I pass that check. So now let's go to the purple gem room here. Large crates. You discover several large, heavy crates and attempt to open them without damaging any combat contents. If your hero passes a strength check, take a weapon from the specialty desk or discard. So I think purple typically means you have to pass something to get something, but not quite sure. So let's try that. And we're going to take a strength check. So all I need to do is click OK. It's an 8. As much as I'd love that weapon because it would level up my damage, I don't want to waste another luck token here. So for now, I'm going to pass. Whether or not that's a good decision, I don't know. But, so then that's going to go away. So I lost it. Now I have to go back through this. And in this case, I might struggle with this one, but let's see. An 8. I'm going to take the damage. You know what? Maybe I could use my helm. I want to save that. I'm a big fan of saving because we're not that far from the exit. We got a couple other things to do, but I'm going to pump that down to a 3. Yeah. I'm just going to say, take the damage. 1 point. I'm not going to try to defend against it. And now we're going to go, I'm just going to go up and come on down to the exit. All right, so let's fight this thing. Green slime. So he only does 1 damage, so I know I can take 3 hits without blocking and be okay. And he has 3 points of health. So it is going to take 2 hits unless I do something special. So let us try to attack him. So a 7. So again, that flaming means I'm good. So I just needed to hit more than a 2 because I have a 4 and he has a monster attack value of a 6. So again, need to get a 7 total. And in this case, I got an 11. So I'm going to say, yep, great. Now I could, if I really wanted to, discard some of my cards. There's certain cards which I will not do, but like throwing blades, if I wanted to inflict 1 more damage and increase my combat roll, I could do that, but then I would discard that card and I want to keep it. So we'll try hopefully 2 attacks in a row. All right, a 10 always hits. And I'm going to get 1 XP for this guy. And he's done. Awesome. Love it. Now let's look down at our XP. So we got a halberd there, which maybe I can trade, but I don't really want a strength weapon. So for now, I've got a 4. I could add a luck. Well, no, I can't quite add a luck token yet. I'm tempted to bump up my knowledge. Because man, if I can get a couple cards in my strength, I don't know if that's for skill checks. So I don't think it counts in terms of your damage. So I'm going to hold on to that XP for now. Let's just see what happens. All right, white room. Okay, so this, I think white is typically trading. So it doesn't hurt in this case to just see what they have available. So I'm going to look, and it doesn't mean I have to necessarily trade up anything in here. So there's a camping gear. I have one of those. Pickaxe, I've used once. I don't think it's going to be huge. Going to a really necessary skeleton key. I've already got a lockpick, which sometimes those are interchangeable. Potion of luck, discard to gain +2 luck. That's kind of cool. That's tempting. I don't have a lot of cards down here, but I really like that luck. So I think what I'm going to do is, remember, this gold cup counts as 2 loot cards. So I think, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and double click on this, and you can see that took the place of 2 cards. And now I'm going to add that double click on that potion of luck. That went into my potion slot. And I think I'm going to leave it at that. Now let's go down to my monster. All right, let's fight. This is a gnoll. So I right clicked on him. So again, just tells you more in explicitly what he has in terms of attributes. So 1 health, which is on the bottom, which we already showed, attack value of 6, and damage of 3. And I don't know what this is offhand. I don't know if that's just loot. It might be telling you loot. So for now, I think I just want to attack him. So that's a 3, and it looks like, let's see, what did I need? Got a 4 + 3 sight. That's exactly what I needed. I needed a 3, so thank God. And he only has 1 health, so that's great. Awesome. So now I'm up to a 5 here. Oh, and I got an amulet of protection. So I can discard to prevent a number of items, or a number of conditions or things that might happen from some of these monsters. So, all right. So I think what I'll do now, I don't know that I would normally do this, but we're gonna click on the stair. So, well, I would normally do that, but what I am going to do now, and I probably would do it if this were a normal game, but I am going to double click on this camping gear, because what it does is you discard and make a D6 rest roll. What that means is you have to roll equal to or above the current level of I believe it's the current level of the dungeon. I'm still on 1, so I can't really fail this one. But if you are at a higher level of the dungeon or lower, depending on how you look at it, then you could face an encounter, except when you're on the stairs. So like if you try to camp and you're not on stairs, you have to make this rest roll, and you could face a monster, but because I'm on stairs, I won't face a monster. And I am going to do that. Double click on it to show you what this looks like. I rolled a 4, and again, it shouldn't matter at all, given I'm in the first level of the dungeon. It's kind of cool. You see your hero here, and you see the guy that you did release, the dwarf. But then if I click on the fire here, or double click maybe, or no, I think I have to click accept up here first, then click on the fire. So you can see now I restored all my health, which is great. Maybe if I was smarter, I would have clicked and leveled up my vitality, and then I would have had a 7 here, and then I would have leveled this up to a maximum of 7, but it is what it is. So let's go down. I don't know if I'll do the full. I've been going for about a half hour, but let's just at least do this portion of the dungeon. And for now, I think I'm going to leave I'm going to leave everything as is. So you can see these green sections are basically walls, right? So I'm going to go ahead and do my first encounter. So if I just click on this encounter, it'll move me over there, and I will fight. So rats. Okay. So in this case, they do have 5 health, which is a lot. And I think this tells you, okay, these are its weaknesses. I don't think I realized that before, but these appear to be the weaknesses. So the first is a hunk of cheese, which you can see up here, or I'll right click that again, a flute, or a speak to animal scroll. So I have a speak to animal scroll, and I have a cheese. So I'm going to just discard that hunk of cheese and get rid of these rats. All right, now I'm up to 7. Oh, I got another lockpick. Okay. So let's see what this roll is going to be, and that might inform me what I want to do. So this is a strength check. So I do get a minimum of 5. So it doesn't really help me to level that up. So let's just go ahead and oh, I pass if I have a rope. Oh, I thought I had a rope. I do. So I automatically will pass. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to discard it. I just have to click OK. And I got my experience immediately. It doesn't really tell you that, but I know what happened is I had a rope in my possession, so I passed it. So let's take a minute, and I'm going to go ahead and I'd like to level up my intellect, get that a little bit higher. And you will see one thing I did not point out is because I had the hunk of cheese, by using that, and if I use the flute, it would have been the same, or speak to animals, those charmed rats become part of your party and they help you. They're assisting you, and you have a minimum agility roll of 5 for skill checks, but I can later discard that to block an attack. So right now, even though my agility is 4 and to attack, I think it'll be a 4. For my skill checks, it'll be a 5. So let's go for now. I'm going to go up here because I'm trying to be strategic. I'm going to go to the blue section first. And okay, so I have 2 lock picks. So let's go ahead and I will discard 1. And oh, I got a silver coffer and a wand of lightning. Discard to inflict +1 damage to all monsters. One thing that's important to note, as I understand it, if I initially get into combat, I can play a card like this and discard it right away before combat even starts. You don't have to do anything. You can do a point of damage. That's how I understand it, but we can try that. And silver coffer, that counts as 2 loot trading cards, which is great. All right. Anything else? So I have 6 right now. I could increase my vitality. Let's move on for a bit, and I'm going to go to this. Let's see. Maybe I'm going to try to go to the pink. I think I can move down in here, and it'll let me. Yeah. So there we go. Stranded. Ah, great. So this is a sellsword. So on a small island surrounded by toxic sludge, an adventurer shouts for help. If any hero discards a teleport scroll, oh no. Field scroll, flying carpets, or boots of agility, none of which I have, take the sellsword. So that's disappointing because he's pretty strong, I think. You gain, by just getting him, you gain +1 attack value in combat, or ultimately you can discard him like you can all of them, but you would always get a +1 attack value. Sorry, buddy, I can't help you, so let's say goodbye to the sellsword. Now we're going to move down to the white room here, Wise Man. Okay. So in this case, you would get a minimum of 5 on your intellect. That would be important. I'd like to do that. So look, and he will, again, you can discard him to block an attack, so it won't be for naught, even if you don't use him much on your skill rolls. So I'm going to go ahead and move that up here. I'm just dragging and dropping this time. You see it move the sellsword or the Wise Man down here. But now what do I need to do here? If I move down here, either way, I'm going to have to, let's see, tell if that's a wall. Let's move down here and see if that's a wall that I can't go through. I think it is. I think I'm going to have to go through here, and then I might have to face this twice, and I might go here and face that twice before I go to the exit room, which is here. But let's try. I'm going to go down here first, or actually, yeah, let's do that. Sewer Mimic. You see a barrel that appears to be filled with loot. Each hero must make an intellect check. Good that we have the Wise Man. Take damage equal to the dungeon level. I'm now on level 2. That would take 2. Pass, draw 1 loot card, and gain 2 XP. All right, let's try it. And automatic failure. Again, I do have my potion of luck. But man, I don't like, but this is only a 3 dungeon, so maybe it would be for, first of all, I'm going to go ahead and double click on that. I might as well increase my luck. That doesn't hurt to do that. But I think, well, what's hard is I can't just, no, I don't think I'm going to use it because I could re-roll, but I could fail again. If that was close, I would probably bump it up or down 1, but I don't think it's worth doing that for what it would not be a guarantee. Now, this is going to go down to 4, but it is what it is. Yeah. And you know what? Maybe I will, in this case, I'll just show you how this works. I am going to go ahead and and discard the helm. Why not? So in that case, it blocked it, didn't do any damage. Let's go to this combat. Light. Skeleton Warrior. So again, this is, I can't quite see what that is. I think it's Holy Water. And then maybe a scroll of Turn Undead. But let's see. Turn Undead or Turn Undead Scroll or Holy Water. So he has an attack value of 10. So again, I have a 4. So I need greater than a 6. Is that right? Well, I do have the... Oh, no, that doesn't help. I don't think that helps on my attack. Let's see. Let's try the attack here. 9, but let's see what it says. Yeah, I did need to do greater than a 6 because I only have a 4. But that's awesome. He's only got a 2. So in this case, we're still doing 2 damage. I really want to get that up soon. But we're going to be done with him. Awesome. So I used one armor, but we'll get one back. Let's see if I can go up here. Yeah, I can. Great. I'm glad I did that. So let's fight Direwolf. Okay. So in this case, anytime I can use a scroll, and you can see down here, I think that's garlic, hunk of meat, or speak to animals. So sorry, Wolfsbane, of course, garlic, Wolfsbane. So I'm going to go ahead and use double click, and it does flash to let you know, hey, don't forget you can use this. So I'm going to double click on that. Only one time use, but he's gone. And now the Direwolf is with me. So again, what's important about that is I can use him to block attacks. So I really like using those. So now I'm gonna have to go through this twice, I believe. Yeah, see how this is highlighted and this is, but this is not. Means I can't get to it without going somewhere else first. I do not like to leave things untouched. So we are going to go ahead and face this again. Let's make a agility check. 9. Ugh. Yeah, we blocked it before. Oh, and I do have a potion of healing, which is a D6 plus 1. So you know what? I'm just going to take that. It is what it is. Puts me down to a 4. Let's go up and see what we have here. Barrel of potions. Awesome. So take a vitality potion and a potion of healing. That's tremendous. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and, because we're about to exit the dungeon, I do want to make sure I use that potion of vitality, because then when I heal, well, if I had a camping, which I don't, but that's okay. So I did take that, bump these up. Let's go down to here. Now let's try our agility check again. It's a 7. What did I need? Less than or equal to a 5. You know what? I'm going to take that damage. I'm really trying to buff up for the boss fight, just in case. So I'm going to take that. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to go to the exit. Before I do that, just in case, I don't think I'll encounter something right away. But I'm going to take 1 potion of healing. That's a 3. And again, this, you can also use your luck tokens to move that. I'm going to take a 3 because I think it's 3 plus 1. So it only gets me 1 short of my full health. So let's do that. But the other thing, now that I see that, oh, maybe it did give me my full health. I am going to bump up. I'm going to bump up my vitality by 1 and hope I find it. Well, let's wait. You know what? I'm going to wait. Let's just take the stairs down. I know I have all these experience points, but I'm just going to hold them for now. Maybe we will get to this whole dungeon. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the first encounter here. Spider's Web. You get caught in the spider's web. Each hero must make a strength check. Discard an armor, treasure, or potion if you fail. So now, again, this is flashing, but remember, we've got our dwarf, so we have a 5 at least. So we got a 3, and that should say less than or equal to 5. So we passed it. We get 2 XP. You only get that once per game, but that goes up to 12, which is awesome. So I might, you know what? I want to get my agility up. That makes it a little easier to attack. So let's do that. And now that's a 5. Although, yeah, that's good. We still have a 7 down here. So let's go into our next battle. Gambling Mound. So this is the first monster, and I think that's because we're on the 3rd level. So if I click on this, health 7, attack value 9, damage 3, you know all those now. But if I roll a 4, then his ensnare action will activate, and that means I miss and must pass a strength check, and I lose 2 health for each failed check. So that's a bad one. But the nice thing about luck is you can use your luck to change your roll. So if I'm on a 4, I could bump it up or down 1 and avoid that ensnare. But he has 7. Wow, and he hits for a 3. These are getting tougher. So do I have anything? I do have my double shot now. I really don't want to use that unless I have to. I really wish I had an extra. You know what? I might discard my Wand of Lightning. I'm going to try to double click it now and just see if that does. What does this do? +1 damage and or reroll a combat roll. And this is, I'm just going to do this, double click. So that immediately, even before the combat started, took out 1 from him, which is great. So let's go ahead and attack him. 10, awesome. That's only going to do 2 though. Is there anything else I want to do? The halberd, inflict +1 damage. I don't want to do a double shot because I want to save that for the. So let's accept it. That took him down to 4. Let's keep going at him. Another 10. Oh, nice. Rolling well. 1 more and we can take this guy out. 3. What do I need? I need a greater than 4. I know I can take him out, though, if I bump this up, but I'd have to use 2 luck. That would probably not be great. What else can I do? I could reroll, but man, that's... So I basically have to get greater than a 4, so I need a 5 through a 10. So I have a 60% chance. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't want to use my double shot. Should I just take the damage? I don't have any camping gear, but I do have a potion of healing. You know what? I'm going to take 1, and maybe I will offset that a bit. I'm going to reduce it just by a bit. Let's take 1 of these, take it down to 2, and I still have 7. So if I want to, I can bump up 1. Let's hope we can take him out here. Oh my God. I am going to reroll that. I'm going to discard this to inflict 1 damage and or reroll because I don't need this. Yeah, let's do that. And I got a 6. Did the damage on him, I think. And if I hit yes, takes him down. Not bad. I'd really like to get a camping gear, but let's see what we get up here. I'll try to run through this quickly so we can get to our... Okay, locked door, so strength check. 5, awesome. Maybe there's going to be something down here. Speed. I don't think I've used speed. Discard to gain +2 attack value for 1 round, or discard to inflict double weapon damage on successful combat roll. Wow, that's nice. All right, I'm going to try to move as quickly as I can because I want you guys to see the boss monster. Maze. Ooh, this is a tricky one. I really don't... If you fail, a lot of interesting things can happen. So let's hope we get under that 5 because we have our wise man. Dude, awesome. But that will persist. So for now, I think I'm going to go down and knock out these 2 rooms before I do anything else. Monster bash. Ooh, 2 monsters. So I get to sneak attack because they're fighting. So one of them has 5 health, one of them has 7, and they both have a little extra special something. What is that? Stone flesh, weakness, transmute scroll. I don't have that. I might use. Let's start with an attack. What was that? Why didn't it? I didn't see what happened. Oh, did it take it down to 3? Yeah, I think it did. So, interesting. So now I'm in a normal combat, and I think these have bumped up 1 because they have 2 of them, so they get kind of that pack tactics. I really want to take this guy out, and I only have 2. I think I'm going to use my potion of speed. Discard to inflict double damage. Can I discard it now? Let's see what it does. Well, on a successful combat roll, let's try to 9. Okay. So I think I will discard it. Here we go. Plus, so times 2 damage, double the weapon damage. That's what I want to do. So now I'm going to discard it. That should do 4, took him down. Again, I might not be doing the best. What does this do? So I can inflict +1 damage. This guy has a 7. This might be a war of attrition here. See what we can do here at 10. Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and inflict. I want to inflict the damage. Did that. And now I've got the combat. I don't want to use my double shot. I really don't. I can help it. He's down to 4. 8. Awesome. What am I trying to get again? 5. Okay. And you can see, I think he was at 11. Now he's 10 because his buddy's gone. All right. 7. Awesome. Rolling pretty well. So I took him down, and I'm getting more cards, which is great. Helm of Intellect. Gain +1 intellect once per game. I think it already did that. Discard to reduce damage taken by 2. So it should have automatically did that, I think. I hope it did. I think I had a 4 here. I don't remember. So let's go and do the blue room. Dark room. So, oh, awesome. So if I have a torch or a light scroll, I can draw 2 loot cards. I have a torch, and that's flashing. Let's double click that. Really want camping gear. Oh, man. All right, so let's go. I don't know what this one is, but and either way, I'm going to have to go through this. So I guess this one was, again, a, was it a maze? Yeah, let's go to this one. Hope it's better. Agility check. Okay, I have decent agility, of course, but, ooh, but that's D6 -1 damage. That's not good. Okay, I passed. Ooh. Boots of Agility. Oh, I wish that guy was on this level. Gain +1 agility. That did already move. Okay, that's great. I want this, though. Oh, good. That was only one time. Trap chest. Skeleton Trader. Oh, come on, man. I really want to get a craft or a camping gear here. Nice. All right, no matter what, I'd like to get camping gear. So let's do this. All right, so let's do a camping gear. And I've got a lot of things. I have 22 experience. I really haven't been paying attention to that, which is not smart. But let's start leveling up. I want to get a little more vitality for when we exit the dungeon, and I can use my camping gear so we're fully ready to go for this boss, which may not be that strong. I'm just trying to show you how I would normally play this. I'm going to get this up, although I don't have, unfortunately, I'm really kind of screwed with my, I think I'm going to get that potion of, I don't think there are things that I really want to get rid of. I kind of like that potion of vitality. What am I down to? I wish I could see without discarding this. Maybe I can. I think I can go back to him. Yeah, okay. So let's just see what I have left. Got a purple room, which I think usually means like a quid pro quo. So I might want to use some of these other things. And I've got one more monster, and then we're out of here. Yeah, I really wish I had more. Really need more weapons. Usually I'm better at getting those, but I got no option there. You know what? I'm going to just take my chances and let's go to the monster bash here. Oh, I need to say done. Right? Done. And then just, okay. Then I'll go to the monster. Do that. Encounter. Hopefully I can rust monster. Ooh, that might not be good. All right, let's try to take this guy down. 9, that's a good start. And I need a 12. I could get my agility up to 7. And right now, I'm not going to get my XP up. So really, that might not be a bad call to move that to 7. Could move my agility and my luck, though. And I have a camping gear. I might move this up 1 more. That's 9. So then when I camp, I'll get full health. But maybe for that last 12, I think I am. I'm going to get my agility. So at least I hit a lot. Well, let's wait. I can do that at the end. Greater than 4. I'll take that 3 damage right now. Actually, you know what? I might go ahead. Let's reduce it by 3. That's what we need. Well, let's reduce it by 2. I'm going to get to full health. So you know what? I don't even think I need to do any of it right now. Let's take it. Now it's down to 4. 7. Awesome. Took him out. Anything cool? Silence. Discard to kill Harpy and gain 2 XP, or escape. Okay. I don't know if that's going to come into play. Let's go down to my purple. Weapons Master. Oh my gosh. Oh yes. Thank the Lord here. So let's do, I have 2 rope, so let's definitely do a rope. And then at this point, it shouldn't matter. I'll do, well, let's not get rid of this because I can discard to gain 2 HP. That could, but we can get rid of yeah, I think the lockpick is fine too. And so now I definitely want to get another agility weapon. So let's take a dagger. And I only get 1 option, but that's it. So I think we've done what we can. I don't want to use the meaty rib yet because I have camping gear. So let's go down here. And I know because I'm on level 3 and it said there's only 3 levels, we're going to go down. But before I do that, I think sometimes if I click this, I might automatically face the monster. So let's camp. And I think we're good there, I think. Or do I need to bump it up 1? Oh, no, I'm camping on a stair, so it shouldn't matter. And then I click on this. Oh, I thought you got all the way healed, so that got me to 7. I'm going to discard this. So now I'm fully healed up. Still got 15. I'm going to do 1 more. Yeah, I'm going to do 1 more of these. And I've got 3 weapons, so now you can see my damage goes up to 3, but that's probably the best I'm going to get. But I did move up to resist magic. Discard to prevent all monster special until the end of combat. So I can do that hopefully right away. So let's go down, face the boss. Giant slime. So he can spawn a slime. So let's look at this guy. Slime boss, health 18, attack value 11, damage 3. Summon, add name monster. So I think that's only, hopefully he doesn't summon, but he might summon after I kill him, if I kill him. And so I need to avoid 5s and 6s. All right, so let's do a couple things. I think I can discard to prevent all monsters to the end. So let's double click on that. So hopefully that works. It doesn't say, I think some things say you can't use them against monster or bosses. But let's do this. So his attack value is 11. I've got a 7. Let's start. So I needed a 4, greater than a 4. I got a 6, sorry. So let's go ahead and use our double shot. So I discard that to do double damage. So I definitely want to do that. So before I click on my roll, and have a damage of 3. So this should do 6. So that should go down to 12. Awesome. And let's see, this doesn't do anything there. And this does say, it looks like I could, if he was able to activate his ensnare, I could use this and discard it to prevent ensnare. But hopefully those abilities will not come into play because I used my magic. So boots of agility, did that. Is there anything else? I think I did all those. All right, let's hit these 5. And what did I need again? Sorry. I think I needed greater than a 4, so I'm good. So right now, I think straight up, just use that. Took him down to 9. All right. Are these are all just discard. Okay. 3. I think that's still okay, isn't it? Greater than 4. Greater than 4. So I wouldn't hit here. So do I want to do anything? I don't think so. I think in this case, we'll say we'll use it, but instead of taking that damage, I'm going to use my breastplate and reduce the damage by 3. So that kind of negates that altogether. Now I rolled a 7, so I'm good there. Don't have anything else to play, but that'll take him down to 6. All right, let's attack him again. 2. So again, I'm going to go ahead and take that. But instead of taking 3, let's get rid of... I don't need the minimum of agility anymore, so let's block that. All right, I love how it's the rat screeching. All right, come on. 9, nice. Down to a 3. So let's try one more. All right, I'm going to take that, but I'm going to take, in this case, again, the dire wolf is agility. Let's use him. Then let's, oh my gosh, not rolling well now. Take that. Let's get rid of the wise man. I think I just like threw the wizard in front of the slime. That wasn't good. Oh my God. Let's do that. I'm going to block that. And all right. Now this might, no, that's it. Victory. So again, this is the campaign mode. So that was a little bit shorter than a full normal session, and this kind of just adds up all your scores. I finished that first of many sessions if you're playing the campaign mode. But I got to tell you, for just like a pick up and play and have fun, I really enjoy this game. And now you do get gold. You can use that gold and go back and play, or not play, but buy different things. You can go to the next dungeon here. You can see you've opened up the next thing. If I click on this dungeon now, you'll see that I have all 3 of these skulls, and that's because I played on hard mode. So that's awesome. So I can go back. If I go back to the market, well, I think if I go back to, that's the tavern. If I go back to the tower, maybe. So now you can see I have 760 gold, and that is for, as I understand it, yeah, it's for this, not to buy things with. So like I could unlock another hero. I could add more things to the shop that I have, and you can also increase your hero's budget. So every time you go out on a campaign, you have more gold. So I think I'd do that with 500. So I do that, and then I would probably, I'd probably do this to upgrade the shop. And all these things are now available to me, which is awesome. And yeah, now I would mark on the next quest. So anyway, I hope this shows you that if there are those out there like me that would like the physical game, but I just can't get it yet, I really enjoy the Steam game, and I hope you do as well. So if you liked the video, give it a like if you enjoyed it. And if I play again, I'll probably do another little stream to show you the continuing adventures here. So till next time, thanks everyone.